At the recent New York International Auto Show, we got to have a little bit of quality time with the new Chevy SS. As you may well know, this is basically the new VF Holden Commodore dressed up in chrome suspenders for the US market. From a quick glance at the exterior, it's pretty obvious that the new VF isn't a completely new car, and this is despite the fact that the VE Commodore has been on sale for around 7 years now. The VF carries over the VE's doors, roof, basic design and architecture. It does, however, feature new front and rear end styling that throws together Chevrolet and Opel cues into a big blender. The Opel influence is most obvious at the rear. The VF has gone on the automotive equivalent of the Atkins diet, and both the bonnet and boot lid are now fashioned out of weight-saving aluminium. This means that the high-rise spoilers of yore are now out the door because apparently they cause the aluminium boot to flex at speed. Just as importantly, Holden has added an internal boot handle for the new car. This means that you no longer have to get your hands dirty every time you shut the boot. Unfortunately, Holden couldn't engineer any more space into the trunk, which is still deep and wide but rather shallow for such a large car. Also, only wagon buyers will benefit from the split folding rear seat. The VF sedan soldiers on with the large ski port. Speaking of the insides, this is where the biggest improvements have been brought to the Commodore. The new interior is no longer lifted from the 14th circle of hell, so if you're looking to torture a mother-in-law or an ex-wife, you'll have to look somewhere else. The dash area is rather nice, and the highlight is a swathe of Alcantara and stitched leather across the middle. The dashboard top and glove box, though, are still made from the plastic equivalent of pavement concrete. Soft touch materials grace the doors and most of the places where your fingers would normally wander to. The controls seem like they're logically laid out. The use of an electronic parking brake means that the finger chopping device from the VE has now been consigned to an automotive pogrom somewhere. The electric window switches have also been marched away from the center tunnel. They now live on the door panel, as you'd expect from a modern vehicle. We let out a massive hurrah when we discovered that models with climate control air conditioning now feature a temperature readout on the physical controls themselves, not hidden behind a cookie on the touchscreen somewhere as they were on the VE. In the center, there's a large touchscreen driving the corporate MyLink entertainment system, which supports navigation, audio, and smartphone apps such as Pandora streaming radio. As the external and internal dimensions haven't changed at all, there's still plenty of space whether you're sitting in the front or the rear seats.